and would you ask? I remember there was a time where I started with my business, and my uncle was the one to say that here's a couple of rents, I need you to pay. So you can also look to your family and friends for your business. Growing fund, involving funders and business by taking an amount of small capital within your business, and most of them you can be raising funds using the internet. Number 2, an angel investor like Lebon Gonguluza. Those are the people that can also invest in your company, and in return, they have a share of your company. Can we move to the next slide? All right. So these are all who can fund you. You see the list is long, guys. There's so many people, né? So funding is there. It's just that you don't know about that funding, but the funding is there from government grants, loans. Wow, there's so many land banks. So funding goes with your sector. So if you are in construction, you can actually get funding in a construction company or a grant that deals with construction. Can you move to the next slide? All right. What must you have as a business? So that's very important. What must I have as a business in order for me to get that funding? Number 1, credible experience. Knowledge of your product and services and the problem in the industry. So before, you need to have experience, you need to have been in the ground, because most of us, we have this great idea that I have this wonderful idea, I tell it to my 3 friends and they're like, yeah, it's gonna work. But when you do the idea, you see that, wow, this is not going to work. So before you can actually ask for funding, you need to put yourself into the ground and actually test yourself whether you are able to get that funding. Yeah, acquire resources. The important thing is to determine what your new venture requires. You need to understand which resources are you going to need for your business in order for your business to be successful. Buying consumers. Before anything else, you need to know, do I have consumers who are going to participate in my product? Like the wonderful app we heard about, Thrive. They have consumers because South Africa has a rise of entrepreneurs that want to access the market. So they already did the research that we do have people who are interested to be part of entrepreneurs and be in business. So that will work for us. So everything is detailed into the business. So there's 5 things that you need to have: need, experience, resource, consumer, and a model that will assist you to get funding. Next slide, please. All right. How do you know if your business is ready for funding? So now that you know about your business, you've seen that, okay, right, I'm ready for funding. You need to take a step back and you need to look at your business, evaluate yourself. The same way when you came here, you looked yourself into the mirror, right? That is my hair, okay? Am I ready for the function? You need to check this. Complete a business plan. So a business plan is the same way as a navigator. It assists you to map your business and show you where your business is and where you're going as a business. Market research. You need to have data of the people that you're going to market and who are going to buy your products. Financial model. So you need to have a 3-year to 5-year plan to show any investor that, look, my business in this particular year, I'll reach this particular amount, so that he knows his returns of business. And your brand also. How do you market your brand? Because at the end of the day, if your product is there, do people know about your product? So you just don't apply for funding. Do you see, guys? You need to be ready for funding. Next slide, please. Where do you look for funding? Wow. So these are the different types of ways that you need for funding. Let's see, product pre-sale. So product pre-sale is selling a product that doesn't exist. So the other day I was going with a taxifier. I spoke to a gentleman. He told me that he has about 2,500 drivers, right? I'm like, wow, those are good numbers. So what we did